Okay, so over the past couple of months, Kuro Games have been doing very well in terms of, Wuthering Waves and all the updates that they've been releasing. But it seems like Kuro Games are now looking to expand their game roster even further with a new announcement which has come out about a new game created by these same developers. And I think, honestly, it could be absolutely amazing. Now, obviously, a lot of people will be wondering, well, why are they doing this so early? Usually, they only make new games whenever they're, looking to kind of end the previous one. Well, I think this is going to be a big project that is going to be working alongside Wuthering Waves and all the other games as well, including Punching Grey Raven as well. And I think this is going to be just another project added to the list as Kuro Games looks to expand the overall kind of game catalog. Now, we have more information, obviously, as from Narashiro putting all of this out, essentially saying Kuro Games new game details. Obviously, this is called Project Nami. This has been kind of like floated around over the past couple of months. People have been talking about a Project Nami. We didn't exactly know what it was, and the genre seems to be an action multiplayer online, which is definitely interesting, as this is very different from what Wuthering Waves is. Obviously, this is action multiplayer online, so it seems like this is going to be very multiplayer heavy focused, which obviously Wuthering Waves is not. Punishing Grey Raven is not. It's developed using Unreal Engine 5, aiming for a global release coming to all platforms. So yeah, I mean, this is very exciting. I don't know whether this is going to be a gacha game or not. I feel like it probably could be, especially considering Kuro Games' love for gacha games, but also they could be looking to expand outside of gacha games and working on different kind of projects that are just slightly different. And obviously, as I said, before, I've talked about this kind of stuff a while ago. People like Solon and people part of the Kuro Games team have been interacting with a lot of people outside of the gacha gaming sphere recently. Obviously, at the Game Awards and everything like that, they've had the chance to kind of interact with a lot of kind of game makers outside of the gacha space, and that could have given them a little bit of inspiration to actually go ahead and release a game that is non-gacha. But again, we don't really know. Obviously, we have to go into the details here because there's even more saying about Project Nami. This is the era of machines and magic, original IP, Bear Gear's rune-covered armor, giant war machines powered by energy, shattered mountains, sunken lands. Magic cannot escape the coming darkness. When she raises the banner of resistance, the light of flames will shine on the fallen heroes in the ruins. This is the era of extraordinary heroes, unique characters. They have distinctive personalities, different shapes, and unique three-dimensional fighting / mobility styles. They are attracted to each other and gradually gather together to overthrow the powers that be. They say this is the era of passionate warfare, multiplayer action combat. Devote yourself to a mission greater than yourself. Team up to fight strong enemies. Face death together and return to battle again and again in the end. Face a fated showdown. So this is the era of steady growth, progression and development, battle to battle, defeat enemies, collect equipment, comprehend the richly varied skills, and awaken the branch of the battle specialization. As you grow, the flames the flames of hope will only continue to burn. Which, yeah, very interesting. Obviously, a lot of people are very happy. They say, if this is an FPS, praise the Lord, it would be like Apex Legends had devs that actually cared and listens to players. I really hope it's an FPS. They team up to fight strong enemies, face death together, and return to battle again and again. In the end, face a fated showdown. Elden Ring Night Rain, which, yeah, that could be interesting. They say, I wonder how they're going to monetize. They say a character gacha MMO, if this is one, won't work. Obviously, yeah, a lot of people are very worried at the fact that this could be an MMO. They haven't really specified exactly. Obviously, I feel like it says multiplayer online. So again, I don't know if they're planning on making an MMO, but some things kind of suggest that, which could be a little bit of an issue, as a lot of gacha game MMOs tend to not work. I feel like it always falls flat, and we've seen that many times in the space. So again, I would prefer if that wasn't the case, and maybe it was an FPS or something like this person is saying. That would be really, really cool. But it said they're attracted to each user. Are they stand users? It said, I don't know, man. What's with game companies to dispersing their resources to make more games instead of putting all their resources into one? Again, I don't think it's the end of the world having another game kind of running for Kuro Games. I feel like with a lot of the success of Wuthering Waves, they have gained a lot of money, a lot of staff, and a lot of space to be able to make more games. As the company grows, the ability to make more projects also continues to grow. You know, I'm sure whenever it comes to splitting up their team, most of the original staff on Wuthering Waves are still going to be working on Wuthering Waves, and then they're going to hire new people and maybe, you know, take some people from, you know, PGR, some people from WuWa, kind of integrate them into the group as well to keep some more experienced people there, and then, you know, obviously have two groups running at the same time, which honestly I think could be better. I think that, you know, that person maybe doesn't understand a lot of like the kind of game studio mechanics and how it kind of works, because obviously, you know, it's not like it's one kind of like group of people and then they're suddenly like, oh, let's just go make a different game, and then they just go work on that game instead of the original game. No, they know how to split up their resources. They know how they can manage to handle both games. So honestly, I'm not worried about the fact that there is another game coming. Obviously, if it does start to affect the update and they have done something a little bit weird, then yes, maybe that could be a cause for concern. But right now, I have faith that Kuro Games like know how to split up their staff. They know how to kind of get two projects running, or well, three projects running at the same time. You know, they say, for example, here, Project Nami recruitment campaign list. They say Project Nami is an action multiplayer online RPG. So they say developed with Unreal Engine 5, targeting global audience, launch across platforms. Guangzhou positions. So these are the positions that they are looking for, and as I said, you know, they will be looking for new staff. They're not going to be taking staff from the Wuthering Waves kind of team, or the Punching Grey Raven team. It seems like, you know, they're hiring a lot of people, and you can see here by all of these positions that need filling. You know, they've got planning department, action gameplay planner, system planner, narrative planner, all the 3D concept artists and character modelers and everything like that. They all still need them too. They need Unreal Engine client engineers. You know, they need a lot of engineers to do the Unreal Engine side of things. QA department, you know, you've got marketing, translators, video department, you know, so they are hiring a lot of people. Like, that is a lot of people. So yeah, they definitely aren't going to be reusing a lot of staff members from previous projects. They are going to be this is going to be a completely new one. Obviously, I'm just hoping it's going to be a regular game, not gacha, but possibility of that is close to zero. I don't think it's close to zero. I think there's definitely a chance, but I think, you know, the more likely kind of outcome is that it is going to be a gacha game. Whether you think that's a bad thing or not, I mean, that's totally up to you. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, you know, I've played a lot of gacha games. I feel like there can be good gacha games out there, as they've proved with Wuthering Waves. So again, I don't think it's the end of the world if they do make a gacha, and I don't think it's the end of the world either if they do run this project at the same time as Wuthering Waves and all of these other kind of games too, because yeah, I mean, I'm just very excited to see what they can bring. I know there is like very limited information on this. Obviously, it's very early days in terms of this project. They haven't even started developing it. So I reckon we probably won't see this until at least like, what, 2027, maybe 2028, early 2028. It could be quite a while, maybe even longer than that. You never know. It depends how large scale they're planning on going with this game. But we should at least hear some news by like 2027, maybe like a trailer or something, maybe just a little bit of something, because again, I think it could be a really cool thing that could be added to this space, and I'm really excited to see what Kuro Games can cook here, considering how well they've done with their release of Wuthering Waves. And yeah, I mean, it's just very exciting in general. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Again, I'm very excited for this game, so I want to know how excited you guys are for this game. So yeah, let me know down in the comments, and yeah, go for game subs, use my code KAZA, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.